The Time Traveler Survival Guide. Don't make these mistakes. So you did it. You actually traveled back in time. But here's the bad news: your time machine is a pile of smoking junk, and everything you think you know about survival from the movies is dead wrong. In fact, those brilliant ideas you have are probably about to get you killed. Before you try to invent a light bulb or declare yourself a wizard from the future, let's go over the critical mistakes you absolutely cannot make if you want to survive your first week. This isn't about being a hero. It's not about changing the timeline or getting rich off some old sports almanac. This is about one thing and one thing only: not dying. Because the past is a brutal, unforgiving place with 1,000 different ways to kill you that you've never even considered. The single most dangerous thing you brought with you wasn't a gadget or a weapon. It was your 21st century confidence. It's time to lose it, and lose it fast. Section 1. The Pop Culture Death Wish. Let's start with the mistakes that'll get you killed on day one. Your first instinct, thanks to a lifetime of sci-fi movies, is to play the clever protagonist. You want to wow the locals with your advanced knowledge. This is, without a doubt, the fastest way to die. Seriously, don't try to introduce yourself by predicting a solar eclipse. To you, it's basic astronomy. To them, you're either a demon or a dangerously powerful sorcerer, and both of those tend to end up getting burned at the stake. Don't just casually bring up germ theory. You'll be laughed out of the village right before you die of dysentery because you drank the water without boiling it first. And for the love of God, don't try to explain how a smartphone works. It's the quickest way to get yourself locked in a cage as the village lunatic. And then there's the classic, "I'll just invent something amazing" plan. You think you know how to make penicillin. Let me save you the trouble. You don't. You know the idea of penicillin. You don't know the specific mold, the right culture medium, the purification process, or the safe dosage. Your attempt at making a wonder drug will most likely end up as a jar of poisonous fuzzy bread. And what about the paradoxes? Movies make it seem like the biggest threat is stepping on a butterfly or running into your own grandpa. The reality is far more practical and violent. Trying to find major historical figures or stop big events is like painting a giant target on your back. You won't be wrestling with a mind-bending paradox. You'll be wrestling with a very real and very sharp spear held by a guard who really doesn't like your funny-smelling clothes. The bottom line is this: forget everything you saw in the movies. Your goal isn't to be a celebrity. Your goal is to be invisible. Survival is a game of blending in, not standing out. Section 2. The Real Rules of Time Travel Survival. How do you actually survive? By throwing out the Hollywood script and following a new set of rules. The real rules. Rule 1. You are illiterate and incomprehensible. You might think going to 14th century England is no problem because, hey, they speak English. They don't. Not your English. You'll be hit with a wall of guttural sounds and strange words you can't possibly understand. Your accent will be alien, your slang will be nonsense, and you will be, for all practical purposes, mute. Before you can do anything, find food, get shelter, or just not get murdered, you have to learn the language. That means shutting your mouth and listening. For weeks, maybe even months. You are a baby in this world, so start acting like one. Observe, listen, and mimic. Your first survival tool isn't a knife. It's the desperate need to understand and be understood. Start simple. Point at your mouth for food. Shiver for cold. Humility is your new universal language. Rule 2. Forget the future. Master the past. Your knowledge of quantum physics is useless here. Your ability to code is a party trick for an audience of zero. The most valuable skills you can possibly have are the ones humanity has relied on for thousands of years. Can you make fire? Not with a lighter, I mean with friction or flint. Can you find a clean water source and know how to make it safe to drink? Do you know how to tie a knot that won't slip when your life depends on it? Can you build a shelter that will keep you dry and shield you from things that want to eat you? These are the skills that will keep you alive. Before you can even dream of rebuilding civilization, you have to survive the night. Practice this stuff now in your own time. Because out there, you don't get a tutorial, you get trial and a very, very final error. A book like Ryan North's How to Invent Everything is basically a cheat sheet, but even that assumes you live long enough to use it. The first step is always mastering your immediate surroundings. Rule 3. Science is your superpower, but keep it a secret. You are carrying in your head the single most powerful tool ever created, the scientific method. You have a working knowledge of things like germ theory, basic sanitation, and crop rotation. This knowledge can make you a legend or it can get you killed. The key is to be subtle. Don't announce that invisible demons in the water are making everyone sick. Just insist on boiling all your drinking water. If someone asks why, tell them it makes the water taste better. Don't give a lecture on nitrogen-fixing legumes. Just quietly plant some beans in a field and let the incredible harvest speak for itself. Your goal is to produce results that look like good luck or simple common sense, not black magic. Wash your hands obsessively. If you have to treat a wound, use boiled water and the cleanest cloth you can find. You can save lives, especially your own, by quietly practicing basic hygiene that won't be widespread for centuries. Introduce progress slowly, quietly, and without ever taking credit. Let them think it was their idea. A quiet genius lives a lot longer than a loud wizard. If this guide just saved your hypothetical life, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're all about breaking down the hard truths of survival, and you clicking like helps us reach more stranded travelers across the timeline. Let us know in the comments. What pop culture mistake do you think would be the deadliest? Section 3. The Unwritten Social Contract. Now for the rules that are less about physical survival and more about not getting yourself exiled or executed. Rule 4. Find your place in the social stack. You don't just land in a time period. You land in a rigid social structure. Your modern ideas about equality, freedom, and personal rights are garbage here. As a foreigner with no family, no land, and no trade, you are automatically the lowest of the low. You need to figure out the hierarchy, and fast. Who's in charge? What are the laws? What are the taboos? A friendly gesture from your time might be a mortal insult here. Speaking directly to someone important without being invited to could get you beaten. For women, the rules are even stricter and far more dangerous. Your best bet is to find a low-status but essential job. Become a farmhand, a laborer, a menial servant. Anything that makes you useful that keeps you completely out of the spotlight. You have to earn your place in their world, and it has to be on their terms. Trying to assert your 21st century rights is a very quick way to learn about 12th century punishments. Rule 5. Become the ultimate gray man. In survival circles, a gray man is someone who can blend into any crowd and be utterly unmemorable. This is your new life's ambition. Avoid conflicts. Don't volunteer for anything. Keep your opinions to yourself. Don't ever brag about where you came from. As far as anyone needs to know, you're from a village over the next hill that was wiped out by plague. You have amnesia. You are profoundly boring. The moment you become interesting, you become either a threat or a target. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but in the past, it gets the time traveler stoned to death. Your mission is to be so uninteresting that no one ever gives you a second thought. That is the real key to long-term survival. Section 4. How to actually invent everything. All right, let's say you've done it. You've survived. You're fed. You have shelter. You speak the language. And nobody currently wants to kill you. Now, and only now, can you start thinking about making things better. This isn't about inventing an iPhone. This is about climbing the technology tree from the very bottom. Civilization is built on a few key inventions that unlock everything else. Your job is to introduce them in the right order. Start with agriculture. A reliable food surplus is the foundation of civilization. Introduce the 3-field crop rotation system. It's a simple idea that's absolutely revolutionary and will dramatically boost their harvests. Next, focus on energy. You need better fuel, and that means inventing charcoal. It burns hotter and cleaner than wood and is the secret to good metallurgy. With charcoal, you can finally build a furnace hot enough to smelt iron properly. Better iron means better plows, which means even more food. It also means better tools for everything else. From there, you can introduce basic machines, the water wheel, the screw pump, the improved loom. Each invention builds on the last. As thinkers like Ryan North have pointed out, these aren't just objects. They are concepts that, once introduced, will spread like wildfire. You're not just building a thing, you're planting an idea. And document everything. Once you figure out how to make basic ink and paper, write it all down. Create instruction manuals. The most powerful thing you can leave behind isn't some futuristic artifact, it's knowledge. A book can outlive you by centuries and rebuild a world long after you're gone. Conclusion. The fantasy of time travel is that you'll be a king. The reality is that you'll be lucky just to be a survivor. Surviving the past means shredding your ego, forgetting the heroics, and embracing total humility. It's about being quiet, observant, and above all, useful. So remember the rules. Don't stand out. Master the basics before you even think about the complex stuff. Apply your future knowledge so subtly that no one notices. And understand the society you're in before you ever try to change it. Your greatest asset isn't your knowledge of what's to come, but your ability to adapt and completely disappear into what's already happened. Do that, and you might just live long enough to see the world you helped build. Thanks for watching. If you want to be ready for your own accidental trip through the fourth dimension, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss our next guide. Stay safe out there no matter when you are.